Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, am I being teased or does she like me? Well, this particular email is from a viewer. He's kind of new to my work for about 3 months. He says he's on a 6'3" to 3% man. So I guess he works as an electrician, and there was a woman at the job who seemed to be interested. Gets her number, tried to set a date on 2 different occasions, and the second time she just didn't even reply. And so he would see her occasionally at work, and it's been a month, and then recently she told him there's another girl there that she's trying to set him up with. And then she comes up to him recently. It's been like a month since she just completely never even responded to his request to set a date. And she basically goes up to him and says that he should kiss her. And so he's wondering, it's like, does this girl like me or is she just teasing? So let's go through his email. Because I suspect there's some interest there, but when we get to the end, I'll discuss how I would handle this particular situation. Because as the book says, you're going to ask twice. So on 2 different occasions, he tried to set a date. And both times she just would not give an answer. The second time she just completely didn't even reply. And so when you make 2 attempts, then really the ball's in her court. And since he walked away and did nothing, and he sees her on the job, she sees him, and he hasn't brought it up, hasn't said anything, hasn't called, hasn't reached out. Seems like she's trying to do something to entice him, to try to get his attention, just because women are kind of like cats like that. So he says, hey, Corey, I got your book 3 months ago, and I'm on my 6th read. It's a good start. It's 2 reads per month. I don't have a ton of time, but I try to read it when I can. I have one girlfriend already that your book has helped me keep. She knows that I'm playing the field and sleeping with others, even though she only sleeps with me. I came across a woman at my job. We're both electricians. And when I saw her, I smiled and she giggled. I walked away. And then came back for a little, right? Because she walked away and then came back like a cat. But I was focused on working with my team. When I saw her later, I asked her name, made her laugh, and got her number. I waited 2 days to call her. He says, oops, this was 2 months ago. Now I know to wait 5 days after practicing with other girls. Well, you can call her the next day. You can call her a week later. You can call her 10 days later. It really doesn't matter. You can set an instant date up in the spot. The way the book is laid out is it gives you the choices and the options. I mean, if you're on vacation and you meet a girl at the hotel bar or restaurant, you're not going to take her number and call her a week later or even several days later because you might not be there and neither is she. And if things really click, you're going to make an instant date on the spot. So the book gives you the option to do that. The book lays out tools and strategies and techniques because the book is also designed to help weed out the nuts and the lunatics. So if a girl's impatient and she's not easygoing, easy to get along with, and you don't text her or call her for 2 or 3 days or maybe a week after you get the number and she's pissed off or upset, well, that's not very easygoing and easy to get along with, is it? And that's one of the reasons why you do those things. Plus, you also want to see, does she remember who you are? Like, say you met her out somewhere. If you call her 2 or 3 days later and you say, hey, this is Bob, she's like, who the fuck's Bob? Where do I know you from? Obviously, she doesn't. She already forgot you a couple of days later. Her interest can't be that high. So the book has things like that laid out so you can it gives you tools and techniques to help you figure out if she's really interested or not, because women aren't always very forthcoming with things. And you got to remember, they don't want to hurt your feelings. And that's why they'll more often than not let you think that they're interested, even though their actions show that they're trying to avoid you and not really trying to date you. At the end of the day, no matter what is going on, you want to bottom line her actions. Like in this case, he's asked twice while he's been texting her. And the first time she wasn't sure. He told her to figure out her schedule. And then like weeks went by, she finally reaches back out, tries to set a date. Because she doesn't say, hey, I finally figured out my schedule. She just texted and is like, hey, how you doing? And then when he tried to get her to, plan a date with him, she just fucking left him on red. Didn't even bother replying. So if we look at that and bottom line her actions, we just assume she's not interested unless she tells us differently. Because you don't want to be giving a girl attention and validation if she's just using you for that while she dates other people. It's like you don't want to allow a woman to waste your time. It's like you're either in or you're out. I asked her out for dinner the following day, and she said she'd have to check with her mom to see if she can watch her kids. If not, then no. He says no mention of rescheduling. I told her I'm a busy guy and I can't do a maybe date, so I told her to ask her mom and get back to me with some days that she could have her kids be watched, and got off the phone. I don't hear anything, and a couple days later, after completely removing my attention from her at work, she texts me a bunch. How are you? How is work? What do your tattoos mean? I told her these were a lot of questions, and answering is a lot to write, so why don't you let me know some days you're free for dinner and we can get together. So he focuses her right back on the task at hand. Because if a woman says she doesn't know her schedule and you tell her to check it out, that's typically what they do. They're not going to text you and go, hey, I figured out my schedule. Let's go out. They usually text you a few days later. How are you? How is your work? What do your tattoos mean? Making small talk. And so therefore, it's your job to be direct, decisive, and get to the point and try to nail her down to a date. Because you're not there to chit-chat. You're not trying to get to know somebody through text or the phone. You really just want to know, are you in or you out? Do you like me enough to want to get together for a drink or dinner or not? Pretty simple. Girls that like you make it easy to get together. And they make it easy to get together quickly. And girls that don't, they throw roadblocks in your way. But most women enjoy the attention regardless. And that's why you want to make sure you're not just giving a girl attention who's just using it to stroke her ego, because women will do that. Then you don't want to spend several weeks or a month or two chasing and talking and texting and not getting anywhere, because every day that goes by and you stay engaged and she continues dangling the carrot is another day you potentially can get emotionally hooked on the girl. And then months later, when you figure out that she's really not interested, now you're basically having to get over that rejection. Whereas if you just bottom line her actions, you ask her twice, if she won't make a date, then you assume she's not interested. And then from that point forward, you're never going to bring it up again unless she brings it up first. Because the book, again, is designed to prevent the time wasters from wasting your time. Girls that like attention from men, and then they dangle the carrot, but they have no intention of going out with the guy. So she leaves me on red for a month. So a few days go by, she writes them, and then she just didn't even reply. Just left him hanging, which is pretty rude. And so when you see that, you go, she's clearly not interested, or maybe she's dating somebody and potentially looking for a backup in case it doesn't work out with the other guy. But dating is like tennis. It's like he hit the ball over the net, and then she left him on red. In other words, she didn't hit the ball back over. And since she didn't hit it back over, we're going to assume she's not interested. There's a hair floating around here. And he's going to move on. He's not going to give her any more attention. If he sees her at work, he's not going to go up and talk to her. If they make eye contact, he'll smile and wave, and then he's going to go about his business. Throughout this time, I'm dating other girls, and my girlfriend and I write her off. So I assume his girlfriend also likes women, if he's telling her what's going on with her. At work, however, she starts subtly touching me, touching my back, and I'm thinking, okay, this bitch is a tease. Yeah, she's going out of her way because you disengaged and you didn't try to chase after her. If she's not going to make any effort, you're not doing anything. And now she's coming up trying to dangle the carrot, which is obviously her pussy. He says, one morning she comes up to me and says another girl is interested in me and a bunch of people have been hyping her up to give her my number. Not wanting to publicly embarrass this girl I have no interest in, I take her number down with no intention of calling. However, she somehow gets my number and texts me a bunch, calls me, and then to top it off, deletes all her texts. So it seems like the other girl has put her up to it. The woman I like walks up to me the next morning and asks why I don't want the other girl, and the other girl walks up, and I just walked away. So it's like she's trying to set her up with him. Every day we flirt a little, but at this point I don't give it much thought. Today she comes up to me, grabs my face, and says, "Give me a kiss." Leans in for the kiss and stops, laughs, and walks away. I laughed too, called out, "Player," and went back to work. it was really exciting, not going to lie, and I hate that she has the power over me to make me feel that way. How should I proceed, Corey? I don't like being played, but I also don't like to be cold to people. Well, at the end of the day, she was rude to you. She left you unread for a month, and now she's trying to set you up with a girl you clearly don't like. And then on top of that, she's like, hey, here's the girl, trying to create an awkward situation. It definitely looks like she's teasing you and enjoying that, and quite frankly, it's kind of disrespectful. So she knows you're interested in her, but maybe it's just a game to her, because, again, we got to bottom line her actions. Has she called? Has she texted? No, she didn't even bother replying. And then she shows up at work, acts like she's going to kiss you, and then dips. And so in this case, I wouldn't do anything. Unless she texts you and asks you out, I wouldn't try to make plans. In other words, the only way you're going to try to make another date with this girl is if she brings up getting together first. But more than likely, if we just bottom line her actions, it just doesn't look like she's interested. It looks like she's having fun and enjoying it. She knows you like her, and almost like she's just kind of toying with you. Because again, if we look at her actions, she won't make a date with you. You haven't heard from her. It's been a month, and now she's trying to set you up with somebody else. You didn't like her. Then she comes up, pretends like she's going to kiss you, walks away laughing like it's a big joke. Almost like she feels like, oh, I got the power here. So the difference that makes a difference is indifferent. So I would proceed with the mindset is that she's just jerking you around. You want a girl who's easygoing, easy to get along with, and most importantly, she's got to be nice to you. Is what she doing being nice, or is it kind of annoying and immature? I would say it's kind of annoying and immature. And so therefore, I will acknowledge her if I see her. I'll smile, but I'm not going to go up and talk to her. And if she comes up and talks to me, and it's droning on, she's not mentioning anything about getting together, just, hey, nice chatting with you, but I got to get back to work. And then go about your business. If she texts you, send 2 or 3 replies back and forth, and then just say, hey, I got to run, talk to you later. If she calls you, which in this case she probably wouldn't, but if she did, I talked to her for 2 or 3 minutes. Hey, it was great hearing from you. I got to run, talk to you later. In other words, you're not making any more effort because you already tried to get together twice, and it looks like she's just jerking you around. And so the only way you'll try to set a date is she's got to bring it up first. And because, again, if you fall into the trap here, then you could end up wasting a lot of time. And the key is you don't want to get emotionally hung up on girls that seem to be interested, but it could be she's just kind of toying with you because she knows you're interested in her, but she's not really interested in you. Because, again, we bottom line her actions don't look like she's actually interested in you. We give a girl 2 chances. We try twice on 2 different occasions, and he's done that, and a month has gone by. And now she's trying to set him up with some girl that she knows he's not going to like and doesn't like. And then to troll him even more, she's like, oh, hey, here's the girl. And then he's just like, he walks away, which I thought that was beautiful. Just walking away from the two of them, like, yeah, I'm not going to participate in this stupidity. So that's what I would do in this particular situation. But, again, we bottom line our actions. It don't look like she's interested. It looks like she's just toying with you because she likes the attention. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the coaching tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. If you haven't already signed up for our exclusive premium members-only content, in the video description of this video, there are links to join on YouTube, or you can join on Spotify, or our website, understandingrelationships.com. Just click the plans tab when you get there. And the good news is with our website, you can do a 7-day free trial to check out what content you get for your money. And if you choose the annual plan, you can get a 25% discount at the end of the 7-day free trial. So go to understandingrelationships.com right now, click the plans tab, sign up for a 7-day free trial to get access to all our exclusive premium members-only content. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.